Good, good evening. I'm a bit late, and I'm sorry for being late. Are we running? I think we're running. First things first, how's the sound? Second thing, how is the picture? My internet's saying that we're laggy as hell, so we will see. Hopefully it's not too laggy. Is everyone here? I'm going to wait a minute and wait for people to join in. Let me know in the comments if you're here. Tell me if the sound's good. I've got a bowl full of names. I've got to do this. I've got a bowl full of names. There's all the names in there for the raffle to win the hammer. Where's the hammer? Here she is. Here it is. Oh yeah. I'm really proud of this thing. Really, really, really stoked with this. Hello everybody. Rob Hughes, John, Evans, Drayson, how's it going, buddy? Keely, Rickard, Dylan, how's it going? Rob, well done you, Rob. Sound could be better. Sound could be better. Is this not? Is the sound awful? There's a microphone. Hopefully, sound vid is good. Excellent. Looks like we're doing well. Anyway, this is the hammer that someone's going to win this evening. Someone is going to win this hammer. I am so pleased with the hammer. I've even put the S in. If you've got a hammer with an S in, it was either in a video, which this one is now in a video. It was either in a video or it's limited edition. So I'll only ever make one of them, or it was made in a video. So that's what the S means. All right. And then there's the date. Well, not the date. It's a serial number. So that's 2001, which is the first one of this type. And it was made in 2002. Alright, so that's the serial number, touch mark, it's got the S, special hammer. Someone's going to win this evening. I'm going to give this to one lucky person. Who's here? Dylan, Andrian, Mark. Hello Mark, how are you? Sister Monica, Matthew, Jordan. Hello Matthew, I tried to call you the other day. And yeah, Alan, how's it going? Excellent, everyone's coming through nicely. GHP Productions. How's it going, everybody? Good evening. Yeah, so anyway, someone's going to win this lovely thing. Look, you see your face in it. There you are. There's the webcam. And the really crappy webcam as well. Brilliant. Every 15 minutes, I'm going to draw a name from here. Everybody's names are in here who bought a ticket. That they got printed out in order of the names as they showed up on the list. I don't know what else to say. People, could we put surnames with names, please? Because I've got two Bens in here that aren't Ben Toombs, silly little fella that he is. There's two Bens in here, and they both wrote Ben. So I've had to write the last three digits of the purchase order, so I know who you are. So. Need my address for that hammer. Yes, you do, John. Where's my damn hammer? It's on its way. It's not on its way. Anyway, so thank you everyone who bought a ticket. Thank you to everyone who has participated in anything recently. This channel's doing so well at the minute. I'm really stoked. We're doing awesome. And I'm really enjoying making the content. I'm just going to set a timer. Gonna set a timer so I know. So timer set 150. No, 15. No, 15 minutes. No, 15. Start. Cool. Right, so I'll announce third place, then second, and then first, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm supposed to be in the workshop, aren't I, today? But I'm not in the workshop because we had no signal, so that's why I'm late. So I had to pack everything up, I had to run over here, and start the live from here, hence the problem. So I'm very sorry that I'm late, and it's a bit chaotic, but that's my life in general. I really apologise that we're not in the workshop. We will be next time. So in a fortnight's time, we'll be doing something in the workshop, and hopefully it'll have something to do with one of the clamps. if anyone's been on the Instagram, you'll have seen the finished, well, almost finished article. There you are, with a wing nut on the back there, and a little doodad. Oh, I'll open it up. We got a little doodad on the end there, and I'm going to teach you all the secrets in a minute. And then the old wing nut on the back there. So this isn't completely 100% finished. This G-clamp needs to get tempered, and I'm going to put that in the oven to temper it. So I haven't welded on the wing nut yet. I will weld on the wing nut at some point, and there'll be a video for all this as well. It'll be the last video on this. Oh, I broke it. Where'd it go? I'll be back. I'm back. Wing nut. There's a wing nut that I made. Really pleased with that. Came out really lush. And I used the spring fillers to make it. These spring fillers. So if I pop that in there, you can see. There you are. The spring fillers made that. Might be up the other way. I have no idea which part of this works on. Anyway, that's the spring fillers. That made that. And yeah, it's come out really lush. I'm really pleased with it. And then I copied some dude on Instagram to make the spinny bit. There's the spinny bit. Oh, come on. So basically, we've got this piece here, and it's got a bit of a chamfer on the back, and that basically sits over that, and then it's going to get hammered down, and it's going to create our bolster, I've been calling it. I don't know whether it is a bolster or not. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, screw that bad boy back on there. This came out really lovely. Video out for this. Hopefully it will either be Sunday evening or Monday morning. I'll just throw it at the computer of what we've done. But yeah, finished, and we will be moving on to the next project, which is the jewellery vice. What's everyone saying in the comments? Alan, how's it going? Curiosity Forge, how's it going, buddy? Did you break it? I did break it. And broke the floor probably more. I'm so chuffed with this. I'm so pleased with this, and I like it when things do that. I don't want to sound arrogant or anything. If that sounds arrogant, I apologise, but I'm happy with that. Smart. Really pleased. Make them all day, I think. Came out really nicely. So there'll be a video out of that very soon. So yeah, we'll get to that bit. I've got a box to unpack as well this evening. This is from the lovely Ian Rowe. Got a box to unpack. We'll unpack that at some point. And I didn't cover my address at all then. Doesn't matter. Whatever. We're not going to be here much longer. Yeah, so we're going to unpack that, and that C-clamp was a Whips project, Jealous Man. Whip-ass project, Jealous Man. Yeah, no, really liked it, and then thanks, Alan. And the vice is going to be even better. So Ella's got her. Oh shit! There's so much cool stuff we've made recently. So this is my Christmas present that I gave to Ella. So Ella's been doing a little bit of jewellery recently, a bit of silverware. That's our nicknames, Monkey and Tiger, Mig and Tig. And 2019, I made this little jewellery hammer for her. It's a Christmas present, and she's got a little anvil as well. I don't know if people remember the anvil project, but we'll make a jewellery vice, and then I'll have made pretty much all the tools there. So 81 Mr. K Man, love your videos. Hello from Alabama. How's it going, dude? Yeah, I'm gonna Adrian, I'm gonna weld. I am gonna TIG weld it on, but I've finished the video. That needs tempering, and then once that's all done, I'll move on. So yeah, cool. Really happy with it though. It's gone really well. There's a lot of you that have come to learn whether or not they've won this hammer, I'm sure. And we will get to that very shortly. We've got 15-minute time on what we were on. You've got another 10 minutes yet. I've got a lot of talking to do, and I haven't got very much to talk about. Yeah, so, dude, as many years as I spent shorts on clamps and vices, they are the easiest possible way to get my attention. Cool. Well, I was heading to John's after Uncle Bucks, but I was ousted. Cool. Anyone got any questions? I'm gonna try and read the comments. I don't really have anything to talk about. Because I was supposed to do this from the workshop. I was supposed to be forging, and I know that I'm crap at that part. So, hey Alex, how's it going? Yeah, okay, let's talk about Uncle Buck, because I don't think he's making any more, from what I spoke to him, which is because he's moved on to a different job, hasn't he? And that's a bit of a shame, because he's got a real back catalogue of things to sell to people. So if you've got something, you're very lucky, I think. But yeah, I wonder if there's some way that he can. Etsy shop basically said as much. Is that it, Rob? Is that what Uncle Buck said? I've really been enjoying the content the last couple of months. I'd love to see a video on how you make those Swedish style hammers. Oh yeah, we've got one of those as well. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, these Swedish ones here. Oh, I'm so proud of this as well. I don't want to blow my own horn again, but there's a couple of people on Instagram. You got you see the camera in that one as well. You've got people like Pat Quinn and Jacob Farron Forge, a couple of other guys, and they've really inspired me to make better stuff. They're clean, they're so clean, they make stuff so nice, especially Jacob. Brent Bailey as well, he makes some really cushy stuff as well. So, hey Ian, how's it going? So yeah, Corey, how's it going? Yeah, really been pushing to get these hammers looking cute as possible. And I was saying to Ella yesterday, I'm not sure if I want to sell this because it's immaculate. But it's up there. If you want to get hold of it, it's up there. I've got a couple more as well. So these are going to be the sort of bread and butter, I hope, of the workshop. They're really easy to make. They're really fun to make. And they look really good as well. Yeah. Rob's got a Bailey. He loves it. I got a French style hammer, but not a Swedish one. What are you getting at, John? Uncle Bucks have my scrap versus gnome steel video, an awesome shout out a while back. Lovely bloke. Yeah, Steve, Uncle Buck. Real tidy guy. Really lovely to meet him out in America as well. I've got some video footage that I need to put together and get that out of me in America and meeting Brian Brazil, and meeting all of you guys as well. You incredible people. Brandon, how's it going? Has anyone got any questions? I'd love to answer something to pass the time. Swedish hammers are just utterly gorgeous. You terrible flirt you are, Alex. I worked with Brent for a couple of weeks. Great bloke. Wow, Ian, I didn't know that. I know you've worked with some like leg ends before. Oh, your parcels in. With your gaffer taped bottom. We'll open that in a minute. We'll do your first raffle draw and then we'll open that, and then yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. No tool is too pretty to use. Oh, me? Alan? Oldwood Forge putting up a new vid. Sorry I'm late. How's the crew? John, how's it going? Toby 7. Brandon J, how's it going? Cool. We've got a reasonable house. I've got like the OBS is on and running. I don't know how many people are here. 36 people are here. 10 likes. Awesome. Thank you for joining in. I know a lot of people watch these later, so if you're watching it later, hello. I have a question. Would you ever consider making a video about draw knives? I need to message you tomorrow. There's a problem with the footage that I recorded. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Alex. But yeah, there'll be a draw knife video coming out soon. So wait till you find the breaking plaster under the gaffer tape. Dan, any plans for collaborations with Ellen in the future? Ella, yeah, I think so. Ella's kind of decided to go down a slightly different path at the minute. She was making quite a lot before, and she's not making so much at the minute because she's getting her teaching qualification, so she can teach at universities, teaching what she enjoys doing, which is contemporary design crafts. So like she makes furniture and a bit of jewellery and some other bits and bobs. This camera is awful. I need to sort this camera out. Yeah, she makes jewellery and some other bits and bobs, and yeah, I need to. We started a chopping board thing, but it didn't get finished because Ella's not finished making the chopping board yet. But we don't have a planer thicknesser. She works a lot in wood and plastics. She doesn't have a planer thicknesser, so we were having to borrow friends to do the job, and it's just a bit awkward to do that. So draw knife video would be fantastic. My father-in-law is a woodworker. I'd love to be able to make one. And this draw knife video, I'm using basically nothing to make it. It's a bit of leaf spring, and you could, well, I'll link some videos that I've looked at for that, and it's a good video, especially if you don't like forging, because there's not much in it if you don't want there to be. Okay, met Brent and Alan Ball's place in Oz. Any questions? Would you make a household type hammer? I don't know what that means. Would I make a household type hammer? I don't know what that means. Triggers. Cool. See you later, Dylan. Thank you for joining, Matthew. Who doesn't like forging? You don't, Matt. You're always moaning about it. Sorry. Okay, cool. Right. Pause. I'm going to do the first draw. So this is for third place. Third place wins one of the TMIB. I'm shaking the table and the camera's shaking. I'm sorry. So third place is going to be for the keyring. Runner-up. Second place runner-up. There's always next time, remember? Which won't be for a while. I'm not going to do another one for a while. Right, I'm going to close my eyes. That is the winner. You can't see that. I think I've got two. Right, I'm going to do that again. Right. Okay. The keyring goes to Ken Bullock. Focus. Focus you. Come on. Ken. Hey, there we go. So that's going to Ken, the keyring. Thank you for entering, and I'll be in touch. I'll send you a message on Etsy saying that you've come third, and I'm going to write third on it because I forgot last time and I had to go back and watch the video because I'm crap. 3. Cool, lovely. Right, let's do. How long have we been streaming for? Let's do. We've been streaming for. Oh, it tells you in time. Okay, cool. Let's do. I'll do 10 for a second. Let's do another 10. Because reset. Set timer. Cool. Congratulations, Ken. I'll send you an email. Who have we got here? Mr. Tombs. Old Wolf, how's it going? Any questions so I can answer them potentially? I don't want to make this one too long. I want to get through this one, but here's the spring fillers from the other day as well. Enjoyed making these. They came out really lovely. I'm really pleased with these. You don't have to do this. I don't know if I made this clear in the video. You don't have to bend these up like this, but it just makes them a bit more rigid than it would if. It looks like it bones out there. I think it does. It makes them a bit more rigid. But I've got some feckling to do on them now that I've made the wing nut. So I might draw out a bit more stock so it looks like the wing nut from before, so I can use it for other G-clamps if I need to. But yeah. I was going to do this now, wasn't I? Right, let's do this. I need some sort of sharp implement. So Ian Rowe sent me this. Ian Rowe's a blacksmith. He's not from Essex. You from Bolton, Ian? Anyway, I have a question. I've got a question for you, Dan. Can we get away with welding to H13? I need to make a punch for a fly press. Bar steel, bar stock. Yeah, I think it'll work. Can't say why it wouldn't. I'm sure someone will step in if they know. I'm open. Ian's a blacksmith from would be less forging. Yeah, don't go. Ian. Oh, Ian Lowe. I'm pretty sure I got you saved in my phone as Ian Rowe. Sorry, Ian. Ian Lowe. Ian Lowe is a blacksmith. He's got a YouTube channel. Please go and check out Ian's YouTube channel. He's a very good blacksmith. He's been around a bit. I think he's from Bolton. You from Bolton? Just woke up from a quick nap. Lol, I see Daniel is live. Hey Steve, how's it going? We were just talking about you. All good things. So I got this parcel sent from Ian Lowe. And I'm opening it up and trying to... Hey George, how's it going? Oh, George, meet Ian, Ian meet George. If George doesn't know how to weld it together, no one will, because that's what George does for a living. So Ian sent me this package, and it's inside, it's all lovely and bubble wrapped, and very nice. And I think this relates back to a video. How long ago did we make this video, Ian? Ian's channel, I'm pretty sure it's just Ian Lowe, isn't it? Ian, let me know and I'll give you a big shout out, Ian. Ta-da. Ian made a single piece rose. Look at that. That is stellar, Ian. There you are. Look at that. So there's a video on Ian's channel of him making this, so go and check this out. I like this style of making a rose. It's a great way to make a rose. Look at that. He's proper boss, isn't he? Is our Ian. And he sent this up for Ella. So, yeah. I got to open it live. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, there's a video of making this. So go and check it out. He's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. He's been around. He worked with Glenn Moon. He's worked with Brent Bailey, apparently. He knows Brian Brazil. He knows everything. He does. I don't think there's anyone he doesn't know, to be honest with you. So, look at that. Well done, Ian. That's stunning, that is. Right, I'm sure she'll be very happy with that. It's better than mine. Cool. Cool. What's going on in the chat? What's going on? Thank you, Ian. That's gorgeous, mate. So Ian's channel's Ian Lowe. Go check out Ian. He's a good guy. He knows his stuff. Oh, also, George. George came up, Griffith, I think I'm saying that right, with his grandson, Reese, and they did a class. They came up for a couple of hours, did a class. They did amazingly well. Reese he's only 12, and he did a really good job, Reese. Well done, buddy. And, yeah. And, yeah, he did an amazing job. Sorry, I was trying to read the comment. He did an amazing job, and big things for him in the future. So thank you for bringing him up, George, and well done to Reese if he watches this. I don't know if he watches the channel, but well done to Reese because he did a stunning job. So thank you for bringing him up. Well, not to blow smoke up my own arse, but I spent 5 years touring around the rock, trying to get my toe indoors and big of the big lads did quite well. Yeah, no, I know. Ian's got some incredible stories about places he's been. So go and check out Ian's channel. He's got a lovely channel. He does amazing stuff. He's very poorly at the minute. Maybe I shouldn't say that. He's not doing great at the minute, and he's go and give him some love because he deserves some love. Cool. How are we doing for time? Have we got any questions? Anybody? Sure did. Nice little haul for 50. I don't know what we're talking about. Good. Hi, Steve. I said hello to Steve. Sitting here watching the sunset over the tank plant. I'll be seeing that. Don't know what you guys are talking about. Hey Dan, loved the knife sharpening. Subbed Ian. There you are, Ian. I'll get you some subs. While we're at it, guys, go and sub to everyone else that's in chat. We worked really hard on that video. Who was that commented? I don't know how people go. Curtis, yeah, we worked super hard on that video. Me and Alex. No. Leg vice. Thanks. It's coming. Leg vice is coming. I'm working on Elliot with it, and I've had some problems. I'll tell you about it another time. Dan, I just took a job at a tank. I see. You did tell me that. I didn't know that already. Sorry. Well, glad you had opened that beer, Dan. I hate drinking alone. Me too, Drayson. You are JT. For you. Cheers. Go on, post it again, Rob. I'll keep an eye out. Because you get a sub, and you get a sub, and you get a sub. Getting awfully close to 16,000. What's the next sub challenge? I need to finish my other ones. That's a sub challenge. Can Dan finish a sub challenge? Do you have any collabs planned for the coming videos? I do. I've got one with Tim, Big Dog Forge, coming up, and if anyone wants to do a collab, then they know someone that wants to do a collab. I'll give it a go. I did some research, and they're good. They're good because they make you think outside the box. But as far as growing the channel, they don't really do very much. It's like big. I don't know why I'm saying this, but big like posts on social media that get lots of drive, they do better for growing the channel. So if people are trying to grow the channel by doing collaborations, they tend. Well, Alex at Valhalla Ironworks as well. I'm gonna do one with him. I genuinely don't know how to sharpen a knife. I genuinely asked Alex to make a video so I could refer to it in my video, but we've ended up making it into a bit of a joke. So. Okay. Do you have any driving first for a video? Why did you bevel and shape the spring part? Rusty. Rusty Hubcap Allen, the man. Why did I? I don't know why I did, except from the fact that this is a project that they give to students at Hereford. They make them bevel this up, and it's like angle iron basically. It reinforces the angle iron. It reinforces the steel. It reinforces the steel so that it doesn't bend and flex. Round bar can tend to flex and bend a little bit, and flat bar will as well. So you've got your flat bar spring here, and then this channel gives it a bit more rigidity, and it's slightly nicer to hold. Is there any point to it? That's how long you want to make the tool for, I guess. So Rob asked me a question. I'm going to answer Rob's question and then I'm going to draw the next winner. I'm going to draw the next winner. Where are you, Rob? Rob. Rob, 2-inch steel plate for a striking anvil. Want to put a hardy in it. First thought was drill file. Better idea. Rob, if you've got the access to a forge that will take that size stock, then I would. Hello, Mum. I would personally make a drift that's the right size. Drill the hole and then drift. Get it hot. Drill the plate almost to size and then drift it out and then forge the ends back in if they swell. They shouldn't swell. Material that big. If you can, get a mate with a sledgehammer and see if you can drive it through. But if it's mild steel and you've got good files, it won't take you that long to do if you drill it out right anyway. So yeah. Oh, that's awesome, George. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but if you do it, sort of using a phone pain in the butt, typing long stuff. No worries, Rob. Definitely. If you can oxycut it. If you can file it. They're going to work exactly the same. However, if you can drill it and drift it, I should think that will probably be the quickest and get you through and get you done, basically. BCK Forge, how's it going? Oh, yeah, sorry, cool, right, let's go. Number 2, second place, the winner of a keyring and a TMIB t-shirt, unless you've already got a TMIB t-shirt, and then I will give you one of the Yep Yep t-shirts, and they will be coming very soon. Right, I'm not gonna look. What we got? Right, second place. He never. Right, I'll let people have 3 guesses who won this. Jammy sod. Yes, Alan, I said number 2. And this person is a number 2. David Howie. Hello, how's it going, Dave? Were there any other questions? The person who's won this is the jammiest, luckiest person on the planet. So, take no offence, but to you, but you have won. I will say if no one guesses it. How did you know, Rob? Dan, Rusty, John, so Mr. Coffee and John, Uncle Buck, Steve. How did you all guess that it was Ben Toombs? How does he do it? No one knows. How does he do it? Come on, focus. Focus, you. Come on. There he is. Bugger. Well done, Ben. I bet you he studied off as well. I bet you he's not even here. He doesn't even know he's won. I'm going to message him. Right. How's it going, Sprinkle Donut? I can't believe that. He's such a jammy bugger. Well done, Ben. No, you're quite right, Alan. That is probably why. It's the luck of the Irish, isn't it? He's not even Irish. That's the worst thing. Little deformed menace. I probably shouldn't say that either. I knew he was going to do that. Also, right, there's a name in here that doesn't make any sense, and I'm not going to be able to say it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Damn it, Ben. Ben is everywhere. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. He's a pain. He didn't win the hammer, though. His name's only in there once, that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's honey. If I pull it out again, we know something's wrong. Cool. So George BC65925. Hello. I know who you are, but I cannot remember who you are. Dan, just so you know, Stan is the Ben's once had to move the set board. Ben wins everything. He's a pain. George is going to sort me out with some hard face, or well, he's not going to sort me out with some hard facing rods. I'm not expecting anything, but if he can find some affordable rods that we can use to do some hard facing to repair my anvil and then do some repairs on some other anvils, that video will be very soon, because I would like to do that, because showing people at home how to reface their anvils I think will be a good video for people to see. He's not even here. He's not even here, is he? I'm going to message him. Someone message Ben and tell him to get his arse over here, please. Oh, he's a menace, isn't he? Any questions, guys and girls? God, I hope my name is in the bowl. I think it is. Did you buy a ticket, John? I can't remember. I don't remember seeing. If you did buy a ticket, I don't remember seeing. Oh dear. It must be in there if you did buy one. Yeah, he was here earlier. He sodded off. He doesn't like me, so we're not friends, me and Ben. We cohabit. Alan, that's really mean. Do we have any questions? I can't remember if we had any. Bill. Sorry. BC. I remember that now. Other Corey. Yeah, I mean, you're going to use a half-facing rod. So the damage on the Colchoir is minimal. And it's just a little bit of edge damage. And I'm not expecting to have a perfect edge on there anyway. So I'm going to fix that up. And going to grind the face up a little bit. Do some work to the edges and tidy that up. But then we've got that John Forrester. Or John Frost. I can't remember what it was now. Anvil, and it's a mess. It's a mess. So we're gonna have to do some buttering in and stuff like that with a MIG, and then run some stick over the top to get it looking all nice and tidy. And if you don't know what buttering in is, then you're gonna have to watch that video to find out, because I ain't telling you now. Because otherwise, Ben is quite sensitive and easily beaten up by Dan. That's not true. We all know that Ben beat me up. The guy's stronger than he looks. I've messaged him. Thank you, John. The anvil I use the face as a over. It's terrible. Yeah, I hope it's a useful video. There's issues to do with temper problems and heat affected zones and stuff like that I'd like to try and manage a little bit. I think if you've got a damaged edge and you can put a hard facing rod on, and it's going to give you, because a lot of people think you take the hard facing rod and you just run the hard facing rod in until you fill the gap up, but that's not how they work. Hard facing rods, it's in the title, excuse me. The rod is the face, and that's it. You shouldn't really be putting more than 2 layers in, really. So there's all sorts of things to talk about when it comes to the hard facing and stuff. And yeah, so George is going to sort out is it cobalt or I can't remember what he said they were. There were two different types of rods basically, and he's going to give us a hand working out which one's going to be the best for the anvil, because like one's used for repairing buckets for diggers, and the other one is used for something else. So we were having a conversation about that. So hopefully we can get some more. John Forest anvil, Hans has one. Yeah, I've got one as well. And where we live, we're about 24 miles away from where they were made. So yeah, they're pretty common as well. They were making anvils for nearly 100 years, that place. So there are really easy ways to clean up anvil faces if you have a good steel in the back. Place the steel. Tricky. Yeah. I mean, the John Forest anvil that I've got, I think if I wanted to make it a serviceable anvil, usable, you'd have to replace the face. It's knackered, wrecked, so, and it's suede as well, the anvil. So yeah, Drayson. So preheating is one way that you guarantee that you're getting the penetration on your steel when you put your face back on. Essential Craftsman video is quite good. I can't remember if he uses hard facing rods though. Does he use a hard facing rod? The problem with preheating is that you do, if you've got a cast steel anvil like the one that I've got, or you've got one with a hardened face, there's a potential that you can make that metal soft again. It's not that bad, but at the college they hard facing rods and then work hard on the welds. The hard facing rods go in hard. They're so hard that they're hard to grind back, and it's why I think a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. Is that they think that a hard facing rod is a complete filler rod. They keep laying those beads over each other and then try and grind them back, and they give themselves some problems. I have heard wars all over in the UK created on knives and blades. Is this the issue with smithing over there at just? Okay, so this is a good one. 81 Mr. K Man has said like the laws in the UK about blades. I did Iaido. Iaido is a Japanese martial art where you use a sword and you take that sword to training with you, and you do kata basically. I can't remember if it was called kata or not, but you do formations of moves with a blade, with a sword. Matt's going to call me a weeb in the comment any second. And if you're transporting that sword, which is sharp, because you can do sharp cuts with that sword. So it's a killing weapon. It's a weapon that can kill someone. But if you have a reason to have it on you and it's not concealed, and by not concealed, I think the law means that it can be in a bag that you're not carrying it around, but it's not hidden. You're not hiding it away. You can walk around. Drayson, it's kind of like kendo. EI or Iaido is the art of drawing a sword. The sword's always in the saya or the scabbard, and then you draw the sword to make the first cut, and then you do a series of other cuts and then put the sword away. So I can take my I could take that object with me somewhere in a bag without it being an offensive weapon, because I was going somewhere to do something lawful with it. The problem is the intent. So in the UK, if I had a baseball bat and I was going to play baseball, the intent is to take the baseball bat to play baseball, not to beat someone around the head with it. So if I got into an incident and I hit someone with it for defense, self-defense, my intention was to play baseball with it, not to hit someone around the head with it. So it's not a lethal weapon. However, If I pick the baseball bat up, or I put the this is where people think that UK laws are mad. The baseball bat by the side of the bed is now an offensive weapon. You've put the baseball bat beside the bed in case someone breaks into the house. You pick the baseball bat up to go downstairs to find out what the noise was, and then you hit someone over the head and kill them. You have now committed, I don't think it's manslaughter, I think it's murder, because you hit some guy around the head with a baseball bat that you put by your side of your bed because you intended to use it. So that's intent of use. So in the UK, people go, oh, kitchen knives are illegal. Well, they're not. Kitchen knives aren't illegal. I've got kitchen knives in my kitchen. And if I was a chef and I was driving to my place of work or walking to my place of work and I was on the tube and I had my chefing knives in a bag rolled up and I was a chef, then it would be okay for me to take those onto the London Underground or on a bus or in a taxi. It's fine. I'm a chef. I use those knives. I can have a knife that's whatever long, you like 16-inch filleting knife or whatever, or a sushi knife or whatever. You can have that knife. It's not a problem. You're allowed to use it to work with. The second you stick it down your jogging bottoms or in your coat and you start wheeling around, come on, mate, go on, I'll stab you, then you've got a problem because your intent has changed. So, I think a lot of people have mentioned that Alex Steele. Oh, that will be the winner. A lot of people have mentioned that Alex Steele has left the UK because he wants to make swords. Todd's Workshop. If you don't know who Todd's Workshop is, I genuinely recommend you go and check him out. He makes swords for a living. That's what he does. He makes replica weapons and sells them to people who want to swing replica weapons around that are sharp. It's not illegal. There was a whole zombie knife thing that happened. These zombie knife things. Yeah, you can own a bow and arrow. You can kill someone with a bow and arrow. You can own a crossbow. You don't need a license. I'm pretty sure you just need to prove that you're using it for the purpose that the UK decides is lawful, and that lawful use is what it's intended to do. A chainsaw is a deadly weapon, right? You can cut down trees in the UK with a chainsaw. There's no issue with a chainsaw, but you can't cut someone's leg off with a chainsaw with the intent to cut their leg off. It's the same. A car is a deadly weapon. As soon as you use it to hurt someone, it's turned into a weapon. Anyway, Skulligrim made a stupid video about this knife thing, and sometimes he gets carried away with himself. I like Skulligrim and his videos, but he made one about UK law. He knows nothing about UK law. He doesn't know anything about the law of the United Kingdoms and the Commonwealth. I think he lives in the Commonwealth. Anyway, it's intent, and that's all it comes down to. You can have a Zweihander, a katana, you can have a machete, you can have whatever you want, as long as your intention is to use it appropriately for the reasons that you have deemed it to be used for. It is completely 100% lawful, to own that object. Bye, Alan. So, thanks for answering my question. We have some internet-related laws in the US, as well as knives and guns, but not as strict. Okay, so and here's the other thing about guns. There are 14 million firearms in the UK. And that ranges from everything to a shotgun all the way through to a rifle with a caliber. I can't remember. The thing we're not allowed here in the UK, or most people aren't allowed, is fully automatic weapons, or semi-automatic weapons, in fact. And if you do own a semi-automatic, I think you have to have the semi-automatic kept on the gun range. But you can own it. I don't know. Anyway, my uncle shoots. He's got 4 guns. He's got a rifle and 2 shotguns and then a little handgun. But they're all you have to cock them every time to fire them. There's no semi-automatic function on them. Scolia Gladiatoria, or however he spells it, has a ton of swords and other blade weapons. Yeah, he's English. He's in the UK. I mean, we used to go to the university in Cambridge and do EI Day. I'm drawing the last winner. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I'm drawing the last winner. Here we go. So, t-shirt, keyring, and Le Hammer. I'll stop looking. This is the winner of the hammer. Drum roll, please. Oh, it's going to be that name, isn't it? James Matthew Reeves. Congratulations, my friend. You have just won the hammer. And there it is. Come on. Come on. Oh. James Matthew Reeves, you have just won the hammer. There you are. You've just won the hammer. You've just won a t-shirt. Congratulations, this is yours. Thank you so much for entering, everyone. Unfortunately, James is a person you need to spread your hate to. Cool. Excellent. Well done, James. Danny, love you. I've got to run and clean my fire pot. Congratulations, James. Hey, Yamas, how's it going? I thought we'd had a ban on curved edge blade stands, especially katanas, but others as well, unless it's... Well, I don't understand how there's so much confusion about our laws, Ian, because you can carry and practice Shiaken, which is cutting mats, tatami, practice mats, with a katana in the UK. You don't have to have a license for that. So you just need to have, I don't know, yeah, you can walk into a shop and buy one, sharpened. So anyway, well done, James. That is why didn't the boss get to get a ticket? Because you didn't buy her one, Ben. Also, you won a t-shirt, you tiny little fool. Love you, man. You won a t-shirt. You won a t-shirt and a keyring. I'll send it over. And if the boss wants a t-shirt, let me know. So. Sweet. James, you did win, sir. You have won. You've been quiet all this time. I'll be heading off, travelling back tomorrow. Take care. See you later, Matt. I tried to call you, Matt. You've just ignored me. Anyway, cool. Thought you said Evans then. Bugger. No, sorry, dude. I apologise, mate. Okay. Cool. How long have we been on here for? I'll wrap it up in a minute. Any other questions before we go? I wanted to be in the workshop, but we had some trouble today getting. I'm using my Wi-Fi at home as opposed to using my phone's Wi-Fi. So I did. Oh, she wants candy. I'll send candy. Jesus, this is going to cost me. Well, here in California, the police can claim that if it got a baseball bat on the back seat of your car, it's a baton or a billy club, a felony. Yeah, I get. Again, it comes down to intent, doesn't it? What you're going to use it for. So, oh yeah. Anyway, that's a boring subject for another time. So, hi Alex, how's it going? No, you didn't. No, you never called me back, Matt. You know, I haven't got any missed calls. You're talking nonsense, my friend. Oh. Everyone go and subscribe to Charming Hollow Forge as well, because he's a good lad and he needs some love. And Bob Bude at B&B Forge. Go and subscribe to him as well, because he's a good lad too. I like Bob. And if you go and subscribe to Yamas, don't do that. It's not good. It's not a good thing. I must have changed from the last time I had a dig around. I've heard the Crown had imposed a ban because some coppers got his. I can carry a full brick in the UK, but not the hard brick. It's too true, George. It's too true, George. It's too true. That's Bob's one spicy meatball. That Bob is one spicy meatball. And his boy's not too bad either. Bob is good. Hans is good. They are good guys. Go and check them out. Good night, Mother. See you later. I'm off to bed soon as well. We'll knock this on the head in a minute. Any questions before we go? And I'll probably miss loads. I don't want to... Alright, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. No, you're fine, mate. It's not a rough subject. It's just misunderstood. I think it's misunderstood because anyway, I don't want to talk about it. My question is, who here in the group thinks practice makes perfect? Go and check out Ian's channel. If you didn't already say it, he made this rose. And go and check out his channel. That's made out of metal, that is, that rose. Look at that, it's gorgeous. What a nice guy. Yeah, who here thinks practice makes perfect? I'm interested because I've had a conversation with someone recently and they said practice makes perfect. You do 100 of something, you'll be good at it. But if you do it 100 times wrong, you're still bad at it. Anyway, who thinks? Don't worry, sprinkled donut. So am I. Your subscribers subscribing to you. You got any videos, Rob? I don't know. I didn't know you had a channel, but if you have a channel, go and subscribe to Rob. Perfect doesn't exist. Orborus Armories. Perfect doesn't exist. Fair enough. Uh-oh. Oh, right. What does that? What have we got? Practice makes better. Perfect is a myth. Perfect practice makes perfect. Yes. Question: can you use 5160 instead of 15N20 for Damascus? I think the 15N20 is the important one because it's got nickel in it. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes permanent. Not if the practice is wrong, I guess. Like Brian says, what it's perfect makes it perfect. When it's perfect makes it perfect. Practice makes better. Yes, I think practice makes as close to perfect as you want to get. But for some reason, Ben's just put Steve. No, perfect practice makes almost perfect. You will never reach perfection. Perfect. You will get better with practice. So, okay, right, fine. Okay, so I think there's consensus is that practice doesn't make perfect, right? No, perfect practice. So perfect practice makes perfect. So if you say to someone, make 100 of something, this is the advice you give them. You make 100 of those, you'll be better at them. When does that person get better at them? Because surely it's understanding that you're not good at something and identifying your flaws is where you make progress. So ergo, if you can't understand where you're being an idiot, 51 I don't think 5160 has nickel in it. I think it's just a high carbon steel. Anyway, I don't know. Speargrass, how's it going? If practice makes perfect, if you're doing the same thing wrong 100 times, at the end of it, you're still doing it wrong. That's my view. I'm sure you see the pattern, you see the two different metals. Yeah, okay, so George, I agree. Practice with practice comes perfection, but don't you need to be aware of when you're making a mistake? If you make the same thing 100 times wrong, you're still making it. That's where the term bad practices come from. If you have a bad practice, it's because you consistently do it wrong. Because I was saying to Elliot the other day, we were talking about tooling up for making new hammers and how I stopped, or I haven't had access to Elliot as much recently, so I've started to punch the holes on the power hammer. And they take, like, I can drive the punch in like 2 hits and be halfway through and then flip it over and then have a hole. So 4 hits of that power hammer. But before it took longer because I was always messing up and I wasn't working. I couldn't calculate where the problem was until I had learned how to overcome that. So that learning experience is in the tool, how to make the tooling and how to use the lubricant and how to understand the errors and the combination of errors and how each error makes a problem. If you're ignorant to that error, you can't overcome that. So your practice isn't doing the same thing over and over again wrong. I don't know. I think it's a conversation that should be had, but making efficiency isn't learning though. I think, or it is learning, but it's not. Efficiency isn't the same kind of understanding of knowledge. If you know nothing, and someone says make 100 and you'll be good at it, by the time you've made your 100th one, will you be good at it? If all you've done is the same thing you did at the start. So that's where practice. So that my point is, bad practices exist. You hear people go, well, that's a bad practice. Why are you doing it? Health and safety is riddled with this idea of bad practices, this idea of changing behaviour in order to prevent accidents from happening because you are so stuck in your ways that accident has occurred so many times to so many people. It's coal or charcoal. I like both. Different things. Coal is cheapest, but I can make charcoal. Cheers, James. Thank you for buying the ticket as well, mate. What did Rob say? As Friday or Monday, if you aren't. Yeah. This is my point. So George has hit the nail on the head. If someone gives you that information, you make 100, you'll be perfect. I reckon I can spend an evening with someone or a day with someone, making the same thing 5 times and get better results because of my input than if I turned around and said, go away and make 100 of them. So, and Ian's point of efficiency again. So I was saying we were punching the holes by hand because they were quicker and less things were going wrong. So I wasn't as efficient. But now less things are going wrong under the power hammer. So I'm punching holes faster under the power hammer now. And I've got to the point where I've got a billet that's still ruddy hot and I haven't got the next tool. So I'm like, oh, what do I do with this thing? Let's stick it back in the fire, go and find the tool I need. So I'm getting to that point where the efficiency's coming. However, I don't think I'm punching a better or worse hole. I'm just punching a faster hole. I don't think that's the hammer. The hammers are looking tidier, but the hammers are looking tidier because of my observations and my understanding of what it is that I'm aiming for. Yeah, I've made 100 hammers, but that doesn't really prove my argument at all. James Stoney, Gem Crawford, howdy. Hi Daniel Crawford, how's it going? Hello Mr. Crawford. Could only afford one. Could you get a power hammer or a press? Dewey Creek Forge. Power hammer. Oh God, it depends, doesn't it? So I was watching a Roy Adams video today, and he was comparing presses to power hammers, and he's comparing a power hammer that's like, I don't know what, the press that he's got there is putting out far more pressure than the power hammer is able to do, because it's some cobbled together thing that Roy's made, and it's not a bad hammer. Roy's hammer isn't bad. It's like if I was going to cut something. So the video was him cutting stuff in half, and the press just whipped through it. Whereas the power hammer had to cut through it hit it a couple of times to get through it. Whereas if it had been on the power hammer, it would have been through in one hit. It'd have been through quicker. So it's comparing apples to bananas. So which is better? It depends what you want it for. But Ken decided that Ken, who won third place, has decided that press wins. So yeah, maybe presses win. I don't have hydraulic press. I know that if I'm drawing out stock, hydraulic press is awful. I would never draw it. I smash someone to pieces with a Massey or even an Anyang, a little tiny Anyang. I could draw out more stock with an Anyang than I could with a fly press quicker. Oh, not a fly press, a hydraulic press. So. But that, I mean, oh God, I don't know. I don't really use a hydraulic press, but if I was punching holes, but then even now I just said that I can punch it in like not even minutes, seconds. I can be through and punch a hole. Like watch Brent Bailey. Watch Brent Bailey use a power hammer. He's incredible. So. Yeah, but so that's a good point. So in Roy's video, he's got these two objects, these two a press and a power hammer. But the press is quite clearly much smaller and much quieter than the power hammer. So if you haven't got any space, it's like a gas forge. It's not a gas forge video where everyone goes, "Oh, shitting all over gas." I wasn't shitting on gas. I was saying that there's a time and a place. I use gas for the job it's intended to do. Is it cheaper? Sometimes. It depends where you are in the world. It depends if it's cheaper to buy gas than it is to buy solid fuels. Can you get ornate scrollwork in a gas forge? No, you can't. Can you do batch work in a coke forge? You can, but the chances of you burning something is so high. So it's horses for courses. Like someone says, your press doesn't make any noise. It makes a lot less noise than the power hammer. What size power hammer have you got? What have you got? 3-phase? Have you got single phase? Do you mind changing? I don't know. So. Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that the Massey is an incredible piece of equipment, but not everyone has access to that piece of equipment. Whereas a hydraulic press, I don't know. But then health and safety wise, if you've got a pipe that's hanging around in hot metal that could burn through the metal and set fire to pressurized oil that's burning. I mean, I used to be used to be a mechanical engineer and used to repair hydraulics on diggers, and they quite often burst and spray oil all over the engine, and you'd end up setting fire to a machine. So, yeah, I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. On that note, again, a very vague answer. It's like if someone says, "What's the best hammer in the world? What's the only hammer you should ever have?" At least 5 or 6 people, 5 or 6 people recently have, within the last sort of 2 weeks, have messaged me and said, "What hammer should I buy? What's my first hammer?" Whichever you can afford. What the first hammer you should buy, and then people go, "What's the best hammer ever?" Well, to me, it's this one, because if you buy this one, I make some money, and that's a good hammer, isn't it? So, and if someone says to you, "Well, this is the best hammer in the world," it's because they're running a business, and this is how they make the money. They sell these hammers. So, yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't say hydraulic presses. Maybe hydraulic presses are good. So I very hardly use them. So anyway. that is the end of this live stream. I have ranted enough. The answers to all of the questions are up to you, and practice makes perfect. So go away and make 100 hard drive presses. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you are a subscriber, ring that bell for notifications because it tells you every time I make videos. I make videos as often as possible. Stuff we've got coming up. The next video that will be coming up is this thing. Yes, I made the G-clamp and I finished it. I actually finished the project for a change. So yeah, thank you for joining me. See you guys and girls later. Bye bye.